Congratulations, and I will not take much time because he likes to share what he does and how he's going to inspire us. So on behalf of Hamdard Foundation Pakistan and Hamdard Public School, I welcome Mr. Faizan Aslam Soofi. Please join us and a big round of applause for him.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. Assalamu alaikum. Ladies and gentlemen, respected guests, and dearest students. It is my great honor to stand here before you in celebration of World Health Day. The topic I was asked to speak on was the rousing motto of this day, which you have heard many times: Together for Health, Stand with Science. Now you might wonder, and rightly so, what I, an English literature graduate, a humanities student through and through, and a primary school teacher no less, what a person of my background is doing here, addressing you in the matter of science. What I wish to talk to you about, and especially the students here, is the first word of this slogan: together. What does it mean to stand together, and why should we? About 4 years ago now, I flew to England to attend Cambridge University for my undergraduate studies. At the time, I thought I had achieved just about everything a young, ambitious student can dream of. I had finished my A-levels with flying colors and shining grades. I was admitted into what is considered one of the best universities in the world. I was studying abroad. A new world of opportunity stretched before me. By the time I was nearing graduation, I had the usual goals: get a job, work abroad, become successful and happy. Yet now, a year after my graduation, here I am, back in Pakistan, teaching little boys at a government school. I'm not successful by usual standards, but I am happier than I have ever been. So, what changed? How did I, Cambridge University graduate, against the sane advice of every rational person I have ever met, end up in a government school in Karachi? My relatives, my family, my friends still wonder to this day. My change began in the summer of 2024. I had grown a little weary of the shiny study abroad scheme and felt that it was not all it was cracked out to be. Around me, the world was falling apart, and I was beginning to wonder what I was doing with my life. Thus, I decided I would do something with it. In the summer before my final year of university, I would go back to Pakistan and volunteer in a small school for village children just outside of Lahore. I picked a school purely because I hoped my English skills would be of use there, but I had no idea what I had waiting in store. The experience would alter me indelibly. What I discovered through teaching, no self-help book and no TED Talk can teach you. As I got to know my students, their faces, their backgrounds, their names, their backstories, I fell in love with them. I began to laugh when they laughed, to be troubled by their troubles. It's a remarkable thing. Even to this day, I find this to be the most magical part of teaching. When a shy and quiet student finally raises his hand in class to speak, I receive it as my own personal victory. When my students do well on their tests, I feel ecstatic, as if their grades were really my own. So too is the opposite side of the coin. When hard-working students submit subpar assignments, I will feel heavy for hours afterwards. You might think these are mundane moments or typical charity worker anecdotes. But my reason for mentioning them is that I think at the heart of all these moments is something completely radical and revolutionary. There are certain types of work in the world in which your success and your happiness is tied to someone else's in such a direct manner. Like education, health is one of them. The success of the student is the success of the teacher, just as the success of the patient is the success of the doctor, the medical researcher. Such professions reveal a truth that is as crucial as it is urgent at our juncture of human history. That we are fundamentally connected, fundamentally together. Humans at their best and most beautiful exhibit this awareness. In Karachi, I'm teaching young boys, many of whom come from Lahore, and have grown up in the aftermath of Karachi's infamous gang wars. Violence is commonplace in their world. They trust animals faster than they trust humans. In their personalities, their broken spirits, I have seen firsthand what loneliness and deprivation does to the human soul. My students fight each other constantly and pull each other down. I'm involved in conflict resolution more often than I am involved in teaching English, but I don't mind it. Teaching children to trust and help their fellow humans, to stand together with them, is not a disposable extracurricular. It is the very point and purpose of education, of human life. If one child disrupts a class, the learning of 40 other children is interrupted, and we all suffer together. But if one child decides to help another, 40 other children can learn and grow from that example. Now more than ever, I believe in the fundamental truth of our togetherness, our connectedness. This, if anything, is the most important lesson my teaching has taught me. That my life is not mine alone. That I do have an obligation to the human race of which I am a part. For this fact, I can produce no scientific proof or theological argument. The obligation simply is. And I know it because I have dared to discover it. It was on the force of this obligation that I left Cambridge University and flew back here. All our dreams, our ambitions, and our pursuit of success and happiness must be informed by this obligation to recognize that we are inherently united and therefore to stand together. If we do not, we risk turning away from the truth of our humanity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for such inspiring words.